Yes, people, welcome back to Never a Foul. Make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe because we've got some breaking news that has come in today. And Chelsea fans, are you going to be happy about this? That's what I want you to leave a comment in. Are you Team Delap or are you not Delap? Because the breaking news is Liam Delap has opted to join Chelsea Football Club. Manchester United, Newcastle, Everton were all in the running for his signature, but it has now dropped today that Liam Delap will be joining Chelsea Football Club this summer. How do you feel? Firstly, Chelsea fans, are you happy about this? Is this the striker you wanted? Did you want Gyökeres? Did you want Osimhen? Are you willing to give Delap the time? Please let me know in the comments. I'm so intrigued to find out what Chelsea fans think about this because, as people know, I'm a Man United fan and we were linked heavily with Delap. Would I have wanted Delap at Manchester United? The answer is yes. Would I have taken him over a Gyökeres or Osimhen? That's a different question. And with Chelsea and the ambition and where their fans want to be, I want to know if they'd rather their team had gone for a Gyökeres, had gone for a Victor Osimhen. Let me know because the news is here right now, people. As I'm showing it on the screen, Liam Delap suitors are being informed that he is not joining them amid his preference to sign for Chelsea Football Club. Sources at the likes of Manchester United, Newcastle, Everton, and Nottingham Forest are now aware about the 22-year-old situation. So it's clear to see that Chelsea are going to be activating the release clause on Liam Delap. This at the moment is looking at about 30 million. If I'm honest, and in today's market, 30 million is a bargain. I've got to be real with you guys. I look at 30 million and I'm like, there's a lot more worse and damage you can do with that money. Do you know what I mean? You're going out to sign one of England's youngest talents in a position that gets you goals, a future England number 9, someone that's come from the Premier League already, being at Ipswich Town. 12 goals he got, including penalties, of course, but 12 goals in a team that got relegated. But he showed he's got the physicality. He showed his hunger, his desire. He wants to play at the highest level. And I think for 30 million, Chelsea are getting a good player. Because I wanted him at Man United. Because at 30 million, low risk, high reward potentially. Because if it doesn't work out, you can still sell Delap. He'll be 23, 24, say in a couple of years' time. And there'll be a team in the Premier League that definitely want Delap or see potential in him or see him becoming, a player that they can use. Like an Everton, for example. They're Calvert-Lewin, that type of thing. However, Delap will want to make it work at Chelsea. And I believe that, what he's going to bring to Chelsea is a bit of an edge, Jackson's not been the most clinical. I like Jackson. I think Jackson works hard. I think he runs the channels well. Chelsea play better and a bit more of an oiled machine when Jackson's on the pitch. However, the frustration will always be with him. Will he finish chances? Look at last night. They had the 2v1 counter-attack where he could slip Sancho in or just take a touch and then slot it bottom corner. He overhits the touch. Keeper gathers the momentum of the ball. Imagine Chelsea were losing at that point. You'd be fuming. We spent money on him. It's a European final. Everything would be coming out your mouth in that moment. Delap would have that ball and he would ball carry it, and that he's going to keep the touches in line with him, and he's going to probably finish it in the bottom corner or lay it off for Sancho. It's the little things that Jackson does that frustrates, but it's also the positives that he does. However, Chelsea need a forward. They're back in the Champions League now. Chelsea got top 4. They've won the Conference League. They need a striker. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say Delap is the striker that's going to be the be-all and end-all, because Chelsea, for me, have always had the experienced strikers, the Diego Costas, the Didier Drogbas, Fernando Torreses. They're the ones that were, even Olivier Giroud. Physical strikers work at Chelsea. Ones that can win the ball in the air. They can hunt down duels. They can play up top by themselves. Delap can do that. I think Delap's strong. I've seen him have good duels with even the Arsenal defenders and come out on top at times. He can run the channels. He can pick up the ball from the halfway line and carry it. I think he can finish with both his left foot and his right foot. I think for a 21-year-old and what Delap possesses moving forward, I think there's a lot that Chelsea can work with. I think there's a lot that Maresca can work with. Obviously, highlighting the link, Maresca was at City in the academy. Joe Shields, who does a lot of Chelsea's work in the transfer market, knows Delap as well. this is a signing that the club want. This is a signing that the club feel like they can improve. They can make him better. And I think Delap does give Chelsea a lot of them raw materials. That he has a lot of the traits that has worked in previous strikers. I think when I look at Delap, and obviously looking at this deal here as announced by David Ornstein, 22-year-old now, sorry, so he's not 21 now, he's 22. Obviously, terms is going to be fine. Release clause is going to be fine, like I said to you, around 30, 35 million. I think my little asterisk against Delap, and look, you don't know until you play in the competition, but Delap's not proven at the highest level when it comes to the demands and the expectations. Now, when you're at Ipswich, people can see your talent and people can see you, like myself, who watches all-round game, not just where Ipswich are finished, and I can see what Delap can bring. And I'm like, I like the hold-up, I like the link-up play. He can run the channels. He can finish. He's got the physicality to play in the Premier. He's got 1 year experience under his belt. A lot of ticks, tick, 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 tick. However, Champions League quarter-final. Are you trusting Liam Delap against an Inter Milan, against the Napoli, against the Benfica? Games against Man City away, Liverpool away. Chelsea want to be having aspirations of going for the title. Like, that's their aspirations. Like Man United, we're not there, Man United. But Chelsea the same. They've got top 4. They're looking to push now. How can we break into that top 2 and then go for the challenging for the title in maybe 2 years' time? But, you know, anything can happen in football. When you start the season, you want to be as high as possible. So when you look at Chelsea, when they go to Anfield and when they go to the Etihad, are you going to be looking at Liam Delap and thinking, yeah, I fully trust him. He's got the experience of big games. He hasn't. Not playing for a team like Chelsea where your expectation is in most games, you want to win. That's how I look at Chelsea. They want to win mostly every game. Same as Man United, same as Liverpool, same as Arsenal, same as City. No matter who it is, you're feeling within you as a fan, it's like you want to go out to every game to try and win. So that's my only asterisk against Delap. But yet, you know, there's some players out there that have never played in that, and then you have to play in it at some point. You only get the experience by playing in it. It's like when people go for a job and they don't get hired because of the experience, but then they're like, well, if you give me the job and you like my personality, then I'll get the experience by working there. Delap's got the Premier League experience, but he hasn't got that top experience. And now Chelsea are going to give him the platform to do that. And maybe Chelsea don't see him as just starting every game. He can rotate with Jackson. Chelsea might even go out and get another striker. We know Chelsea, big ambitions, big club. Who says it's Liam Delap and that's it? It could be Liam Delap. It could be Victor Gyökeres that comes in as well. Why not? There'll be Chelsea fans out there that are watching this thinking, why does it have to only be Delap? Why can't it be Gyökeres as well? And then you're looking at Delap. Gyökeres is a perfect example. What a front two. Play together. One can rotate. One can play Champions League. One plays the league. You got competition. You've got to then perform. Whoever's performing well, you play. And, you know, this is something I think Premier League clubs and football teams, especially people at my age, will remember this. You've got to have competition. I remember Man United having York, Cole, Sheringham, Solskjaer. 4 strikers. You don't get that nowadays in football. Inter Milan have maybe got Arnautovic, Lautaro Martinez, Taremi and Joaquin Correa, but the quality is not, there's a big gap in the quality. But teams having 3 quality strikers, you don't get that nowadays. Even having 2, people are like, oh, who's going to get the game time? Or one might leave. Forget all that. Get competition. If you want to be at the highest level and competing for the best places, all it takes is one injury and you're back to square one. So if I'm Chelsea and you've got big ambition, I'm looking here like this. This is just me. Get Delap. Go and get Gyökeres too. You've got wingers. You've got midfielders. Look at the jigsaw pieces you need to put in place to get you elevated. And that's getting a striker or maybe 2. Delap for 30, Gyökeres for 60, 90 million, you've got strikers sorted. If Jackson doesn't work out in a year's time or that fails to improve, you can move him on because you've got quality there. With Delap improving, being English as well, homegrown quota. Then Gyökeres in his prime right now, 26, I believe he is. And he's got experience in England with Coventry and he dealt with the Championship fine. So physically, I think he'll be okay. I have no doubt about that. But this is an interesting move. And you know what it does as well? It's not just a statement signing for Chelsea in terms of beating Newcastle, Forest, Everton and Man United to the punch. It now means them other clubs have now got to go to a plan B, plan C. Because a lot of them wanted Delap. Man United, I know, wanted Delap. Now they've got to look at other options. And these are teams that Chelsea are competing with in terms of wanting to get into the top four and maintaining the standards. So when you beat another team to a signing, it feels good. The ego, the boost of the club, it feels good. So I do think there's a lot of ticks in the box for this move for Liam Delap going to Chelsea. The weaknesses I've highlighted, but the pros in his game I've also highlighted. And the fact he knows Maresca and he knows Joe Shields already. And there's a young contingent there of players. Even Cole Palmer coming from Man City. They know each other. You know, and Chelsea highlighted last night by their dominant victory against Real Betis. You know, it's a team on the up. Maresca seems to be liked by the players, and they're probably only going to get better. They're only going to improve. They're in the Champions League next year, so he guarantees him top four football. You know, what's there not to like for 35 million in today's market? The only thing is, there's going to be people putting him under pressure straight away if he's missing chances, this and that. But you know what? You've got to look at a player in the overall game and see the talent in him. And I think Delap can be a very good player, especially for the Premier League. I don't think Chelsea are missing a trick here. I think this is signing that ticks a lot of boxes. It's just whether Chelsea say, right, Delap, that's enough. Or Delap, bring me Gyökeres as well. And then you make a real statement. You get two big boy strikers in. And what that does for Jackson, maybe he goes back on the wing on the left, or he just rotates and everyone has to fight for their places. But like I said, competition is healthy. Competition is good. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this Delap deal to Chelsea in the comments. He's set to sign for the football club for a 35 million release clause as announced by David Ornstein. The summer is warming up. The transfer window is warming up. And I hope you liked this video. Guys, I will catch you on the other side. Make sure you subscribe if you're new.